Hi, it's Dorothy Guiney with Scrapbooking Quebec. Happy International Scrapbooking Day weekend. In this video, I'm going to share some shopping tips because I know how much crafters love to shop on International Scrapbooking Day weekend. This is video 3 in my series, Shop Efficiently. And in the first 2 videos, I spoke about how knowing your style and stash can help save you money. Both of those videos are listed and linked below. In this edition, I'm going to share my shopping strategy when feeling FOMO, fear of missing out. I recently suffered a serious bout of FOMO with the release of Vicki Boutin's 49 in Market collection called Flower Emporium. So today I'm going to show you what I bought, tell you what I didn't buy, and explain why. My strategy saved me money. So I bought a second 49 in Market collection, Wonderlust Explorer. Again, I'm going to show you what I bought, tell you what I didn't buy, and explain why. Before jumping in, I want to say a big thank you to Cindy, who sent me a gift certificate. Cindy, your kindness inspired me to share some shopping wisdom and a few future layout process videos for everybody to enjoy. So thank you very, very much. Let's get started. The first thing you're going to see is what I bought from Vicki Boutin's 49 in Market Flower Emporium collection. We'll get back to this a little bit later on, but what I do want to say is I could have easily bought 3 times this amount, and 3 years ago I probably would have. What I'm going to do right now is bring out my leftovers from past Vicki Boutin collections. So my first piece of advice is sleep on it. If you're very, very excited about a collection, there's no need to stop yourself if you love it, but you don't have to act impulsively. I slept on it. Then what I did was I had a look at all of my past Vicki Boutin collections. So again, there are 6 past Vicki Boutin collections here, tons of paper, stickers, ephemera, 6x8 paper pads, titles, and more. All of these, I made tons of projects with them, but I still have tons left. So number one, that told me I bought too much of it because I don't like being left with leftovers for years and years to come. Now what I'm going to show you is I also brought out my 49 and Market leftovers. That's what I'm getting for you right now. What I noticed from this is I didn't have that much paper left over from my 49 and Market collections, but I did have tons of embellishments. So what this showed me here was the embellishments that I tend not to use. I had a bunch of rub-ons, I had tons of ephemera, lots of tags and envelopes and all kinds of different stuff. So I knew what I bought too much of, and I also knew what I used and didn't use. And I slept on it, so that gave me a new perspective. Now I'm showing you what I bought from Flower Emporium. So instead of buying everything or almost everything, I narrowed it down to some paper and 3 embellishment packs. Now, what I did here was I asked myself while I was taking a break, what did I truly love from this 49 and Market collection from Vicki Boutin? And honestly, it was 2 embellishment packs, plus I loved the rainbow of colors that was best represented in this solid paper pack. But I love paper, and I especially love printed paper, so this is a bit weird for me. Anyway, I'm showing you what I bought right now. This is the solid paper pack, so it comes with 10 solid papers, 2 of each, and you can see one side is paler than the flip side. Also, the cover sheet, which is true for all 49 in Market collections, the flip side is very usable and it's the same quality as all the other papers. If you look on the far left, there's that blue paper. That's actually the flip side of the cover page for this paper collection. These are absolutely beautiful. Again, this color palette is what struck me most about the Vicki Boutin Flower Emporium papers. I did buy a handful of the pattern papers, including this pinwheel. I found that particularly beautiful. Also, I bought another pattern paper that seems to coordinate with it nicely. The flip side of it looked very Vicky Bouton-ish, where the background is almost pre-set up with you. The same thing for that one, the flip side of that polka dot one. I bought it for the polka dot side, but the flip side almost looks like a page that's already set up for you. I don't use a lot of those papers, so there wasn't any real need for me to buy that pattern paper pack, even though in the past I probably would have. That tag cut apart sheet, that could have been any American Crafts Vicky Bouton collection. Instead, it's a 49 in Market Vicky Bouton collection, so the difference is the thickness of the paper, which is much nicer than American Crafts. In addition to those few pattern papers that I bought, I did buy a few more solids, that neutral, because I use tons of it. Now, there was one product I didn't buy, and I really wanted it, and it was a paper pad from 49 in Market with Vicky Bouton papers. 49 in Market has never put out a paper pad, so this totally intrigued me, and it was less expensive than buying the papers individually. Essentially, it worked out to about $1 a sheet. There's 24 in this paper pad compared to $1.50 a sheet, and I'm talking in American funds here. That actually kind of piqued my curiosity, because I hope that it doesn't make the quality less good, but I can't say that because I didn't see it, I didn't feel it, and I didn't hear the contrary. However, in this paper pad, of the 12 different patterns, there's only 5 that I like, so that totals 10 sheets of paper. I did not want to buy 24 sheets of paper for 10 that I loved. So what I decided to do, and I will show you this later on, is I just brought in a small handful from my past Vicky Bouton collections. What I want to do right now is continue with what I purchased for this particular haul, the brand new products. Now I'm showing you this Ephemera pack. This was one that I knew I wanted. When I asked myself the question, what do I truly love about this collection? In addition to the rainbow of colors, I loved this floral Ephemera pack. It is fabulous. I love Vicky Bouton florals. I love 49 and Market quality. This was just a win-win all around. This package has, I think, 217 pieces, something like that. Most of them are florals and leaves. There are a few images and some wordy bits as well. So I am very excited about this, and that is why I bought it. I'm just bringing out a piece of a Vicky Bouton American Crafts ephemera. I just wanted to compare the thickness, and indeed 49 in Market is much thicker. Now I'm showing you the other embellishment pack that I knew I truly wanted, and this is the laser cut embellishment pack. Absolutely fabulous, full of flowers, doors, tables, chairs. Very, very beautiful. 49 in Market laser cuts pop out perfectly. Those little flower bunches actually fit in slits inside the buckets. It's so well thought out. Absolutely beautiful. So I knew I needed that. Now there was another ephemera pack with lots of labels, journaling bits, and stuff like that. I did not buy that. There were rub-ons as well. I didn't buy that. And I did buy this, however, which is a 6x12 sticker sheet. I bought this out of curiosity because 49 in Market has never put this out before. This looks very much like an American Crafts product. Feeling the quality of the stickers, it felt very much like American Crafts, and I have nothing to say against American Crafts stickers. They're very nice. These ones have a matte finish. I quite like that. I also showed you 2 6x6 papers. Those were just basically advertisements for this Flower Emporium collection that were slipped in my box. I'm going to save those because that is the floral print that's in that paper pad that I didn't buy. Now what I decided to do is basically enhance what I bought with a bit of material from my stash. And I want to put out a word of caution. When I am trying to appease my FOMO, and I am bringing in material from my stash, I'm careful not to bring in too much. I do not want this to be a stash kit. I want it to be a brand new kit. All I'm trying to do here is bring in some material, number one, that may enhance what I already bought, And I also am trying not to purchase products that I typically don't use. For example, for the papers here, I figured instead of buying that paper pad with 24 sheets, knowing that only 10 of them I liked, I would bring in some pattern paper from past Vicki Boutin collections, and I just selected a small handful that would match. That is it. That's going to satisfy me, but my new stuff is still going to take center stage. Also, what I noticed is, I'm just showing you this newsprint paper. It's only a partial sheet, but I love it. There was a newsprint paper in that paper pad that I really wanted to go with that polka dotted paper. I didn't buy it because I didn't want to buy the full paper pad, but I did find something that was almost, I don't know if it's identical, but it's very similar. So I brought that in as well. I also showed you a sheet of vellum as well from a past Vicki Boutin collection. Now, for embellishments, I do have a lot of them looked after with those florals from the Ephemera pack and the laser cut-aparts, but I did not buy the titles from this collection. The titles for Flower Emporium were those puffy titles with the script writing from Vicki Boutin. I have tons of those still in my leftovers. So instead of investing in that, I looked in my 49 in Market leftovers, and I'm showing you some titles that are in chipboard. That is from one collection. I think it was called Sunburst, something like that. And I actually have another one as well. Both of those, the colors worked perfectly with this rainbow of colors, so I brought those in. Also, there were at least two ephemera packs with this Flower Emporium collection. I bought the one with the florals because that's the one that really stood out to me. But there was another one with other images along with a lot of journaling spots. Well, in my 49 in Market leftovers, I had tons of them. I just showed you some from Spectrum Sherbert. There were lots of oranges and pinks and yellows. Now I'm showing you the ephemera pack from that Sunburst collection or whatever it's called, a past 49 in Market collection. Same thing, there's the oranges, pinks, greens, blues. So I'm bringing that in as well, and I figured that my tabs along with my journaling bits and all of that, my needs are met there. So this is what I have from Flower Emporium along with a bit of stash I brought in. Now we're going to move on to the next collection. Again, I mentioned I probably bought a third of what I initially wanted to buy from Flower Emporium. So instead, I purchased another 49 in Market collection called Wonderlust Explorer. So you can see I bought quite a bit of paper for this collection and only 2 embellishment packs. Now, if you remember at the beginning of this video, I showed you my leftovers from past Vicki Boutin and 49 in Market collections. For 49 in Market, I had used up most of the paper, but I had tons of embellishments. So first I'm going to show you the papers, and this first paper pack is the pattern paper pack. So it comes with 8 pattern papers plus the cover sheet. I'm showing you the flip side of the cover sheet. With 49 in Market, those flip sides of cover sheets are always very usable. It's the same thick, heavy-duty paper as all of the other pattern papers. Now for this pattern paper pack, there's one of each, so I can't show you both sides face up, so I'm just showing you both sides and putting one of the sides up. As you can see, for this collection, a lot of them for one side, there's like this faux layered photo mat there, and the flip side is a pattern paper. So I'm going to go through all of this. You're going to see as well, I did buy the solid paper pack that goes with this, and I did buy a handful of more pattern paper, meaning a few repeats from some of these papers. Pattern paper is my favorite embellishment. It's not really an embellishment. It's my favorite scrapbooking product, and then the embellishments come after. I particularly love that blue wood grain. When I bought seconds, I didn't buy a second of that one, and I totally regretted it. But much to my surprise, the flip side of this solid paper pack is that blue wood grain paper. So I'm very, very happy about it. So now I am showing you the solids pack, and as you can see, there's 2 of each One side is darker than the other. So I'm showing you all of this, and in a moment after this, I will show you the few extra papers that I bought. I love the color palette in this collection. It has like a overall old world travel theme, which I particularly love. So here are the additional papers that I bought. I bought that stamp one for the stamp side. I quite like it. Same thing for this chevron one. Both sides are beautiful, but I bought it for the chevron. This one here, I bought it for the black side. I like how the black adds a pop of drama to this collection. And in addition to that, I bought two more neutrals because I do love 49 and Market neutrals for backgrounds. So now what I'm going to do is show you the embellishments. Again, I bought two. I bought an ephemera pack and I bought the laser cut embellishment. So I'm going to show you the ephemera pack here. This one has a lot of frames, tags, labels, a bit of wordy bits, stuff like that. When I was purchasing this collection from the scrapbook.com, there weren't a lot of embellishment packs there, so I don't know if they had sold out or if they hadn't received them yet, but I do know there are more embellishment packs than what were available on the site. Nevertheless, I did forego some of the products, including the rub-ons, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on because, again, I had rub-ons in my 49 and Market leftover stash, so I was confident that I would have rub-ons for the collections that I bought that I'm showing you here today. As you can see, I've moved on to the laser cuts, and these particularly beautiful. Again, old world travel. Two of the four sheets have a lot of images on them, and two of them mostly focus on florals, and the flip side of the intro page for that are a bunch of cut apart suitcases. So for the material I'm bringing in from my stash, it's just a bit of embellishing because I have tons of paper here. And like I mentioned earlier, I want this to be a new collection, not a stash kit. From my rub-ons, I did find one pack that I could use. So there were a lot of these old world travel images on it, which were good, some wordy bits, and there were a few other pieces as well that were kind of actually picked through. Nevertheless, there's still quite a few here, but that's all I could find. The other ones that I had in my stash, the colors surprisingly didn't go with it. In addition to that, I have these frames from 49 and Market that were in my stash. They have that kind of distressed old world look. There's even some real stitching on it, so I brought those in. And for the titles, now there were titles that went with this collection, chipboard ones that were beautiful. They weren't available at the scrapbook.com. I probably would have bought them. Anyway, what I did do is I dug into my stash and I found this from the Wanderer collection, and the colors work perfectly. So it's just as well I can use those. I also have this box of washi tape stickers. There's like tons of them in there. There's no way I could have used them with my past collection, and the colors work perfectly. So basically, that's it. I hope my strategy inspires you to take a step back the next time you're feeling FOMO, fear of missing out. Before pressing add to cart, think about the products you love. Look at what you have, then buy what you love and what you will use. Remember, if it's FOMO you're trying to appease, it's okay to enhance your brand new collection with some stash, but try to resist turning it into a stash kit because that's going to remove the excitement and the newness. That's what works for me anyway. These two collections will be making their way into my upcoming bi-monthly Scrappy Kit and Plans videos, probably starting in July 2025. That's unless I dig into them sooner, which is a real possibility because I'm really excited about this stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, Scrapbooking Quebec, I would be thrilled if you did. And if you are a subscriber, thank you very, very much. Have a fantastic International Scrapbooking Day weekend. I will see you soon on YouTube. Bye-bye.